Every caucus cycle is really unique because of the circumstances, whatever's happening in the entire country, whatever's happening in the entire world, and of course the field of presidential candidates. So you always have unique aspects. But the 2012 cycle was even more unique because almost every single person who ran was a front runner at some point. And there were some people who didn't run who were still front runners. So it really was chaos. That's why we called the book Caucus Chaos, because I felt chaos really summed up the feeling of the whole experience.
Do you know what the tax rate would have to be able to honor the promises of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid if we just raise taxes and leave the programs as they are? Right now, those programs combined take a payroll tax out of your earnings of 15.3%. That would have to rise to 44%.
Sir,
we're not going to do that. And so, I'm glad you're on Social Security. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. You know what? I get a chance. I can let you speak in a moment.
You came here to listen to the people.
No. I came here to speak, and he'll get to ask a question. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll let you speak. Hold on a second. Let me speak. Hold on a second.
Social Security for the future. Of my income, my wife's income comes from Social Security.
Iowa has never seen a caucus cycle like we saw in 2012, but this isn't meant to be a history book. This went through the rise and fall of every candidate so we understand what happened, but more importantly, why it happened.
There were cities all over America that were safe havens for gangsters. Hot Springs, Arkansas, Cicero, Illinois, outside of Chicago. But more than any of those other safe cities was St. Paul. It was estimated that 50% of Minnesotans were involved in making bootleg liquor in those days. The other 50% were buying it from them. This Minnesota area was also well situated to make bootleg liquor, to break the Prohibition law. We had a lot of Germans, and Germans know how to make beer. We had more breweries per capita than almost any city in America. When you break the law and make illegal liquor, you need water. You need fresh water. We had the Mississippi River, only a few yards from where we're standing today. And we're very close to the border of Canada. So liquor could be imported and exported over the Canadian border. So as a result, this area was a haven for bootlegging and became a haven for public enemies and gangsters. In the 1930s, virtually every major gangster, kidnapper, and bank robber in America lived and worked within a 3-block radius of where we're standing today. John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, Alvin Creepy Karpus, all were here. People don't know that. There's no statues of these gangsters, but this was the epicenter of 1930s crime in the era of John Dillinger.
If you want to understand the modern world and where we are today, there's no better place to start than looking at F. Scott Fitzgerald, because he was so complex and he was dealing with the complexity of American life, and that still resonates today.
St. Paul had this huge impact on Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald had an impact on St. Paul. St. Paul is the most important town to F. Scott Fitzgerald's legacy. He lived all over the world, but the vast majority of experiences that he used in his novels and his writings either directly came from St. Paul, was planned in St. Paul, written in St. Paul, rewritten in St. Paul. So St. Paul had this huge impact on his life up until he was probably about 40 and the Hollywood years. So if you read Fitzgerald's stories, they are awash in St. Paul imagery.